Chapter 2, Say More Without Speech, Mime, Question Answers from Grade 7, Subject Arts, Book Kriti. Circle time. Question 1, What is the most enjoyable aspect of performing without speech or props? Answer, the most enjoyable aspect of performing without speech or props is that it allows the performer to use imagination freely. Without words or real objects, the mime artist creates an imaginary world using only facial expressions, body movements, and actions. It is enjoyable because the performer feels creative and powerful when the audience understands the story without a single word. It also builds confidence, focus, and expressiveness, making invisible objects look real, and seeing the audience react is the most exciting part of mime performance. Question 2, What is most difficult about performing mime? No use of speech or no use of props? Answer, the most difficult part of performing mime is the no use of props. While not using speech is challenging, emotions can still be shown through facial expressions and body language. However, showing imaginary objects without real props requires strong imagination, accuracy in size, weight, and space, and great control over movements. If the actions are not clear, the audience may get confused. Therefore, performing without props demands more practice and concentration, making it more difficult than performing without speech. So friends, next is additional questions. Question 3, What is mime? Answer, Mime is a form of acting in which the performer does not use speech or sound. Instead, ideas and emotions are expressed through facial expressions, body movements, gestures, and imagination. It is a silent but powerful way of communication. Question 4, Why is mime called a silent art form? Answer, Mime is called a silent art form because the performer does not speak or make any sound during the performance. All communication happens through actions, expressions, and movements, making silence the main strength of mime. Question 5, What is meant by facial expression in mime? Answer, Facial expression in mime refers to showing emotions such as happiness, sadness, fear, or surprise using the face. The eyes, eyebrows, lips, and forehead play an important role in clearly communicating feelings without words. Question 6, How does body language help in mime performance? Answer, Body language helps in mime by showing actions, movement, posture, and gestures. It helps the audience understand what the performer is doing, feeling, or thinking, even when no speech or props are used. Question 7, Why is imagination important in mime? Answer, Imagination is important in mime because both the performer and the audience must believe in imaginary objects, places, and situations. Without imagination, the invisible world created by the mime artist cannot feel real or meaningful. Question 8, What does do not become the object, use the object mean in mime? Answer, This rule means that the performer should not turn their hands or body into the shape of an object. Instead, they should act like a real person using that object. This makes the performance more realistic and believable. Question 9, Why is it necessary to show the size and weight of an object in mime? Answer, Showing the size and weight of an object helps the audience understand what kind of object is being used. Different objects feel different, and clear actions make imaginary objects appear real. Question 10, What is pantomime? How is it different from mime? Answer, Pantomime is a theatrical performance involving many actors, music, and comedy. Mime can be performed alone or as part of a play and does not depend on speech. Pantomime is usually larger and more dramatic. Question 11, What role does exaggeration play in mime? Answer, Exaggeration makes movements and expressions larger and clearer. Since mime has no speech, exaggeration helps the audience understand emotions and actions easily. especially when performing for a large audience. Question 12. Why are costumes in mime usually black and white? Answer. Black and white costumes help remove differences related to culture, gender, or background. They also make facial expressions and movements more visible, helping the audience focus on the story rather than appearance. Question 13. How does mime act as a universal language? Answer. Mime acts as a universal language because it does not use spoken words. Emotions and actions are understood by people all over the world, regardless of their language or culture. Question 14. How does mime help in breaking stereotypes? Answer. Mime uses similar costumes and makeup for all performers, which removes gender and social differences. Any performer can play any role, helping break stereotypes and promote equality. Question 15. What is the purpose of activity 2.2 in the chapter? Answer. The purpose of activity 2.2 is to improve imagination, teamwork and silent communication. Students learn how to pass imaginary objects and understand actions without speech. Question 16. How does group mime help students learn better? Answer. Group mime helps students learn cooperation, coordination and observation. It also improves confidence, creativity and the ability to express ideas clearly without words. Question 17. Why is instrumental music used in mime performances? Answer. Instrumental music is used because it supports the mood of the performance without using words. It adds emotion while keeping the silent nature of mime intact. So friends, we have completed circle time question answers and additional question answers from chapter 2, Say More Without Speech, Mime. We have already studied notes and summary of this chapter. You can find the link in the description and on the screen. If you like the video, kindly like, hype the video and share it with your friends. Also subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video notifications. We will meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.